Welcome and welcome back to my channel, Makeupby Beauty. If you're new to my channel, my name is Juliana, and to my returning subscribers, welcome back. I want to thank you for tuning into this video. And as you would have seen in the title, today I'm going to be playing with the Love Epidemic Palette from Playing in Makeup by Yolondo. So this is the palette she released for Valentine, and I didn't want to get this palette, but every time I stare at it, I mean, it first went out of stock and I was so happy it went out of stock. I mean, I could have lived without that palette at that point, but when she brought it back, I just thought, I've got to get it. I've got to get it. And it's the reds in this palette that gets me, honestly. It's the reds in this palette, and I'm so glad I got it, because having used the palette, it's not just the red that is beautiful. These gorgeous shades of in-between purples and pink, I mean, and you will see in the look. The thing is, when you look at this palette and you look at how the colors jumbled up together, you kind of think it's not as beautiful as it is. Honestly, I'm telling you, this palette is beautiful. It is a joy to use today, honestly, and I cannot wait to create more looks with this palette. Absolutely gorgeous palette. It's even better in person than all the pictures I've seen of it so far. In person, it's just breathtaking, especially when you like purples, red, pinks. Oh my days, this is definitely the palette to get. It's such a gorgeous palette. All right, enough of my rambling. If you like to see how I created this look, or you want to see how this palette performs, then please keep on watching. Okay, I've already done one high off camera because all of the shades were just calling out to me, and I just didn't know which one to start with or which one to use. I wanted to use everything at once, so I had to kind of calm down and just do one high off camera. So we're gonna do this high together. I'm starting off with the shade Intimacy, and I'm going to put that in my lower lid. So I'm kind of starting backwards today. So I'm just putting that in my inner corner near my tear duct. And then I'm going in with the shade Emotions, which is this one right here. I'm going to apply that next to Intimacy. Emotions is such a beautiful shade. It's like a combination of pink, red and purple. So beautiful. After this look, hopefully I can swatch a few shades from the palette. Right now I'm going to define my eyes with this purple, Contagious. This the darkest purple in the palette, and I'm going to sort of start from the lower part of my lid, just stamp it there and then pull it up. So continue stamping and then kind of bring it right back on my lid. So I'm literally just creating like a kind of V like I usually do, just like here. So I'm not blending at the moment, I'm just kind of like creating the shape first. Now this purple is one of the hardest to kind of create and blend really, so you have to be very careful. But this purple is behaving itself. It's not like a lot of purple I've used. In fact, by stamping is sort of kind of like blending itself already. Even if I wanted to use this shade to kind of like blend everything without introducing a lighter shade, I'll be fine with the way it's kind of laying down on my lid. Alright, now going back into the shade Emotions. I'm using a big brush. I want to kind of like cover my lid as quickly as possible, because I'm using it more or less on a large space. So what I'm doing is starting from like the third part of my outer edge and kind of like pulling it into the purple. Just look at how it's blending and laying down on my lid. It's so beautiful. And this shade, I think it might just be my favorite, even over the reds. Obviously I haven't used any of the reds, but this is beautiful. Alright, next I'm going into this pink shade called Adoration, and I'm going to put that next to Emotions. Just again pulling it into Emotions. So it's like stamping and pulling, stamping, pulling. And I'm taking that a little bit in the front part of my lid, but not too much into the beginning, into the ridge of my nose, because I'm going to use a different color. But can you just see the blend of these colors into each other? Okay, now going back into Intimacy, I'm going to put that in the inner part of my lid, just like I did on my lower lid. So I'm going to put that right here. I'm going to pull it into that pink shade I used earlier, Adoration. Alright, going back into the pink, I'm going to start to slightly blend them together now. So I'm laying that back down over that intimacy, because I don't want the intimacy to be too much on my lid. I just want it in the front part, so I'm blending both of them together where they meet, so that way you can still see intimacy, but it would have a nice blend into Adoration, which is a pink shade. Alright, now going back into Emotions, which is the one I used just before the purple. Again, I'm going to lay it back everywhere the pink it's kind of made me lose the shade. I'm just bringing it back in, so increasing the intensity so that it's visible that they are not the same, as you can see. Then back into Adoration, make sure they are blended nicely. Right, now going back into the purple, Contagious. So it's the darkest purple I started on the outer edge. I'm going to blend it into Emotions. I hope you can see the blend there. So literally just stamping down. Don't want to make it too muddy. Okay, now I'm going to take it into my crease, because as you see, if I close my eyes or kind of lower my eyes, you can't see that purple because of the fold on my upper lid. So I am going to pull it while my eyes is kind of folded over, so that I can see the purple more. Just going to pull it on my crease. Okay, gradually you can see it now, but I'm going to keep on climbing a bit up and up, ever so gently, because I don't want the purple to go all over the place in such a way that it becomes too difficult to blend. So I'm just kind of like stamping down. Alright, that's good for now. So I'm going to use like a lighter shade to blend that out. So going into this cool tone purple right here called Endowment, I'm going to use that to kind of blend the purple. So basically stamping and pulling. So stamping and pulling all over the edge of the purple. Then going back into the purple again, Contagious, and blending back into Endearment. So it's very important to get the perfect blend, so sometimes you have to go back and forth. And back into Endearment without taking extra shade, just using the same brush as it is. Okay, that's as far as I'm going with the outer edge. Now I need to blend towards my crease. So going back with Emotions, I'm going to gently pull and dab where I originally put Emotions, because I don't want muddy. I just want it to blend together ever so slightly. So that's for the outer part of my lid. And then for the middle, I'm going with Adoration, which is the pink I put on the inner part of my lid. So I'm gently stamping that down into the purple on my crease. And then finally into Intimacy, which is the one in the inner part of my lid. I'm now going to blend that into the purple, just so slightly. Okay, that's as far as I'm leaving the crease for now. But for the inner part of my lid, where the Intimacy is, I'm just going to slightly bring that purple down, so that they have some sort of cohesion, if you like. Not too much. And then back into Intimacy to kind of blend it down. I am so tempted not to use any shimmers on my lid. I will use on my inner corner, but that's about it. I love this eye look. I love it the way it is. I really don't want to mess it up with many shimmers on the lid. I mean, there are only 3 shimmers in there anyway, so these 2 are shimmers, and then this white here, which I'll quickly swatch for you. So these are the 3 shimmers in the palette. Oh my, look at that one. I think that's the white one. Just gonna check that again. Yeah, let me see if that's the white one that changes color. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, I kind of like that, which I think is the purple. think it's this one. Yeah, but I can't put that in the inner corner, so it's gonna have to be the white, which is not technically, it looks white in the pan, but it's not white, it's like pink. Okay, because that's not so white, I want to see what, I think this look might end up being an all matte look. So this is the lightest matte in the palette. Yeah, I don't know how that will look on the inner corner. I'm just gonna put that whitish shimmer over it and see if it stays light. Okay, if I do that, if I lay down that matte first right in the inner corner and put this, yeah, it might be light enough. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Or I'm gonna go in with a white base, which is one of Pimby's base. It's called OA. That's already too much, so I'm gonna lay that right in my inner corner, put down the matte, and then put the shimmer over the matte. Okay, I've laid down a lighter primer, the OA. So I'm going to put this light matte on top of that before I apply the shimmer. So I'm just going to stamp that right here. Look at the matte. Look how bright that is. That is enough to even leave the look like this without any shimmer. But I don't know, I would want shimmer. I don't think I've ever done a completely all matte look. At least I would put like a shimmer in the inner tear dot. So I don't know. Or I've applied a glitter primer, so I'm gonna now go with that white. Well, it's an iridescent shade, so it appears white, but it's kind of like pink, which is why I laid down that matte first. Otherwise, it would have been like really dark pink. So I'm just placing that over the glitter primer. Look how bright and beautiful that is. But I'm gonna blend it into the matte because I don't want it to kind of overpower or overshadow my matte application. So going back into intimacy, I am going to bring a little bit of that back down on my lower lid. I'm also going to put a little bit of that on the innermost part of my lid, right on the ridge of my nose, just to kind of like tone down that shimmer. It's really very bright. I hope the inner corner is equal. Yeah, it kind of look like one is brighter than the other, but I'm just gonna leave it like this before it gets out of hand. I don't know if it's because I'm biased about this palette and the color story, but I kind of like the eye. Unless my eyes are deceiving me, I really, really love the eye look. Even for the fact that it's mostly all matte, I really, really like this. Anyway, I'm gonna finish off my my look with my lashes, my waterline liner. I don't think I'm gonna use any black liner on my lid because I kind of like the way it looks like this. I'm just gonna do lashes and the waterline liner, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back with the completed look. So I did change my lipstick. I changed it to Mcgrath Psycho Candy because I think if it does fit the eye better than what I was wearing, because I initially thought I was gonna do a red look because that's what I gravitate towards. This is the lipstick I'm wearing, Psycho Candy, and this is the eyes up close. So I did use 3 Plouise paints to kind of get the best fit really for my waterline, because I wanted like a lilac-y purple kind of paint for my waterline, but I couldn't find any, so I just kind of like mixed these 3 together. Yeah, but that is the look, that is everything. Okay, let's talk about the palette. So this is the palette. Every shade I used in this palette, and as you saw, blended beautifully. Even the purple blended so beautifully. This is an amazing palette. I mean, look at me, I'm having an all matte, well, apart from the shimmer in my inner corner, this is an all matte look. Whenever I do an all matte look is when the mattes are amazing, when they just blend into each other so beautifully. And I've never used that palette before. If I've used it before, sometimes I just kind of like, no matter what, I will still use the shimmer, but because it's the first time I'm using it, I just wanted to see the beauty of the matte, and it was really beautiful. This palette is absolutely beautiful. And I'm just going to quickly swatch some shades for you. And my hands already stained them, so I don't know what's going to appear like because the paint's stained a little bit. But let's just pick some shades to swatch. So I'm going to swatch this one. Since I pretty much used this on my eye, so you would have seen what that looked like. But I'm swatching this, which is Attachment. This one. NYX lilac here, and this red first. So those are the shades I picked. Right, so I did build them up. These are pigmented shades. Like I said in my previous videos, they don't sometimes swatch good. I mean, but you saw you saw the shades on my eye. But these are the first 4 shades I picked up. Look at my fingers, they are stained. I'm gonna leave a full swatch of this palette on my community tab, so please keep an eye out for that. Alright, let's swatch another 4 shades. So I'm gonna go with this one, this, and this. Okay. Oh my days. Oh, and that lilac. And I'm now finally going to swatch the 3 shimmers again. And these are the 3 shimmers. So I'm going to put that on the back of my hand. Those are the shimmers. So those are the shades I picked up to swatch. I mean, look at that red, honestly. Oh wow, I've not used any red today, so I am looking forward them to creating a red look. So when I create a red look, I don't want any other shade to be in competition. I really just want to focus on a red look. So today I thought I'll use pinks and purples and get out of the way so that I can focus on the red next time. But that swatch, oh my days, that is beautiful. I am so looking forward to using the reds in this palette. Alright guys, that's the end of today's video. I hope you've enjoyed hanging out with me and you've enjoyed this look I've created. If you have enjoyed this video, please like it, share it and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, I'll see you.